There we go. All right. Just make sure everything went up.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Okay. I look like a mess. I had to resort to air drying my hair because I didn't give myself enough time.
Do you want to scoot over so you're not hiding behind the microphone?
Yeah. Yes, fine.
Oh, here, let me make sure to cross-post it other places.
Yes. Ouch. Oh, my goodness. Hello, gay people.
Hello, gay people.
Yeah, and it did post some. Tumblr, yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Eat. Oh, man.
So, the Zed playlist. when we warned you guys.
Wow.
Here, let me pull it up. We'll do the highlighter real quick, and then we'll open things up.
Yeah. The Zed playlist.
That shit hurt it.
Oh yeah, the fact that fucking just to clarify, everything from Hurts by Mika through Follow My Feet by the Unlikely Candidates is just a timeline of his relationship with a shitty ex. Like that's just what that is.
Yikes.
It's not good. Yikes. Genuinely hate that for him.
You were talking about how much you liked I Don't Smoke into Don't Swallow the Cab.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, somebody in the chat was yelling about you getting a haircut.
Oh, yes. I finally went to the barber for the first time in over a year and a half. Sorry, our dog's losing his mind right now. Dude, chill.
Calm down.
He'll be okay.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, Don't Swallow the Cap was especially just kind of... I forget that song exists for like a year and a half at a time, and I just happened to remember it like right before this playlist had to go up, and I was like, shit. Whoopsie. Yeah, just the I believe it's the pre-chorus, I believe it's the bridge, it's something. Everything I love is on the table, everything I love is out to sea, I'm not alone, I'll never be, into the bone I'm evergreen. Yeah. Zed, huh?
And then just like Get Better by Frank Turner is just the fucking Zed anthem. Like it's just the
Got
Zed.
me a shovel and I'm digging a ditch and I'm gonna fight for this 4 square feet of land
like a mean old son of a bitch.
Yeah.
The Taurus energy. It's the Taurus energy.
Yeah. I also wanted like getting that because like the whole idea of like the whole amorphous idea of getting better is such a thing with Zed that like I did want to make it a motif on the playlist. So I have Get Better by Frank Turner. I want to Get Better by Bleachers.
It's gonna get better by Patrick Stump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and then capped it off with Heel Turn 2 by the Mountain Goats and Throw My Better Self Overboard, Shoot at Him When He Comes Up for Air.
As the final fucking sentiment of the playlist, because that's the end of season 1 for Zed.
Yeah, sure did do that.
Yeah, well, and then like starting with Harsh Light, like Harsh Light through the end of the playlist is like just basically. So how's Zed doing immediately post season 1?
Not good.
Play Harsh Light by Nate Ruess.
Yeah, it's. We'll go into it when the season premiere comes up, but like the end of the finale was not great for Zed.
In a really prolific way.
Psychologically, emotionally, it just wasn't. It's not a good situation.
So tonight I'm going out. Tonight I'm going to stay out.
Yeah.
There sure is such a fine line between the things you are and the things that you've been. Oh.
Yikes. Oh, you recommended that I put Champion by Fall Out Boy on here.
If I can live through this, I can do anything, baby.
Yeah. That also is kind of a motif of the playlist.
Yep. Well, that and like we just kind of said before that like Fall Out Boy's just a Zed band, dude. That's why we have a Patreon playlist called Zed Stonebloom, but it's all increasingly worrying Fall Out Boy songs.
Sign up for the Patreon. But yeah, a big theme of this playlist and of Zed in general is Zed voice. Zed voice. I'm not gonna die until I've decided that I'm cool with where I'm at psychologically. I'll be goddamned if I'm gonna die when I'm depressed.
And that's fucking amazing of him. Yeah. I love him so much.
Yeah. Zed Stonebloom is alive out of spite.
Yeah, and then a lot of these later ones were ones that I just kind of put on there because I thought thematically they worked. Yeah. Things like Happiness by Need to Breathe and like Weight of Living Part 1 by Bastille.
Those all worked for like where he was at the point where the playlist was. Yeah. Had a lot of feelings about it, Fall on My Feet. I just think, I've said it before, but I just think the most endearing thing about Zed Stonebloom is that he is a mean bastard, but he's very ethical and very moral. Like, he's a good person. He's just a bastard. He can be both. Oh, jeez. That was also kind of why I put Temple Grandin by AJJ on there.
It's that mood of just mean but good people.
Yeah. It was semi-ironic just because one of the repeating lines, and I'm assuming that everybody's listening to the playlist, but in case you haven't, one of the repeating lines in Temple Grandin by AJJ is Temple Grandin to the bullshit, baby, find a nicer way to kill it. It's,
yeah, the Zed playlist.
The Zed playlist was,
Next week is Kalesa.
Yeah. The Kalesa playlist is good.
The Kalesa playlist slaps.
Yeah.
It goes so hard at times that it's a little easy to get lost in the sauce and forget all the lyrics, but...
Kalesa voice, no emotions, only vibes.
Yeah, so true.
Do not pay attention. That's gonna be a theme in season 3.
Yeah, there's a couple songs from After Laughter by Paramore on the Kalesa playlist that are
I don't like that.
But yeah, if anybody has any questions or wants us to talk about anything, go ahead and drop that in the chat. Otherwise, we're just gonna riff.
Yeah.
We discovered yesterday that it is now like a whole season 2 mood to just routinely stop recording to look at each other and scream, "I hate her so much."
About a certain character.
We finally got to the big bad of season 2 yesterday, and she skeeved both of us out so bad that we regularly had to pause recording to yell about how much we hate her.
I think that was a good 10% of our recording time yesterday was just us pausing to go, ugh.
Which I think that says something because we've had to do that, at least I think proportionately, I think we've had to do that more with Redacted than we have with Moreland.
He's less upfront about it. Yeah. He's subtler about it.
Yeah.
That's the mood for what we recorded episode 7 yesterday. Yeah, yep. That's the mood of episode 7. Just
well, not all of it. There's some really good parts.
It's one of the several moods of episode 7.
Episode 7 also solidifies the fact that season 2 is Fee having fun and getting her kisses in, and Leo just getting hit by a bus in the background.
Yeah, Fee's having a lot of fun.
She's getting ready to have a lot of fun.
Yeah. Wait.
And meanwhile, Leo gets run over by a Mack truck.
It's Fee has not gotten any kisses yet this season. Get the getting her kisses in is metaphorical. So far. As of episode 7, Fee getting her kisses in is purely a theoretical concept.
But one that she's really into.
Yeah. It's a vibe, not a reality. I'm being yelled at in the chat. I'm not saying Fee's not going to get kisses in season 2. I'm saying she hasn't yet.
Fee's going to get more kisses than Leo in season 2.
That's true. Anyway, there are some jokes. There are some jokes that I'm very ready to make in the Q&A immediately post episode 6 of season 2. Oh my goodness.
That's not till July.
That is on July 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or wait, no. July 16th is when the episode goes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we premiere in less than a month.
Yep.
Golly.
Yeah, we premiere on the 11th. So I'm not great at date math. 3 weeks from this Friday. Or wait, no. 3 weeks from... No, yeah. 3 weeks from this Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Math.
I feel like we've just... Like, I just got really overwhelmed there. Because I was like, oh my god, we have so fucking much to do.
It'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to be through recording of episode 10. By the time that comes up. So
we're going to be less ahead than we were with season 1, because we were 13 ahead when season 1
Yeah, but we also took a huge break right after the first episode of season 1 came out. So we'll be fine. I did math. I had a spreadsheet. We should be done with recording the season by the time episode 12 goes up. So.
Which we haven't even recorded yet. Oh, okay. Nope. Everything is fine. This is fine.
Bro. Time is always so much. I turn 23 tomorrow.
Oh yeah, it's Al and Chelsea's birthday tomorrow. Everybody tell both of them happy birthday.
You don't have to. Just time is always so much. Goodness. Ugh. But yeah. Very excited for the premiere and thank you for the birthday wishes. Very excited for the premiere in 3.5 weeks. Very excited for fucking all of the playlists that are still going up. I'm excited for the Sabine playlist. There's some gut punches on the Sabine playlist. Oh man. And oh boy. I'm also excited. Just there's a lot of stuff that has happened so far in season 2. There's a lot of things that have happened.
I mean, literally. So you guys know how when we were still premiering season 1, that we were like, yeah, season 1 after episode 9, you're just locked in and you're going. It's like that from episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah. It's not as emotionally heavy, but it is going.
Yeah,
it is going. You can't get off the roller coaster.
Like specifically the end of the season premiere is just like,
yeah.
Like everybody's just gonna be like, ooh.
Your acting was really good in that scene. It's a lot of stuff.
A lot of developments developed.
A lot of things have happened so far. I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at after the premiere goes up. For some very specific reasons, I'm going to get yelled at in the next Q&A. Well, not the next Q&A now. The next Q&A after the premiere. Oh my goodness. Shit.
Because the first. I mean, technically we do have a filler arc where it's like things that are happening are not overly impactful to the overall trajectory of things, and it's mostly just character development.
Yeah.
But
the first episodes of the season.
Yeah, but from 5 on, it's just like plot again.
So far.
Yeah. We are going to get a beach episode in there, though. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's plot.
Beach episode. Yeah.
It's like season 3 of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they stopped in the middle of the plot to give the villain kids a fucking beach episode. Oh, man. Plot. Ember Island.
Yeah.
Plot. Yeah. But yeah, we've tried to make it less emotionally heavy than season 1.
The plot that we're developing in season 2 is less like, it's not as close to home.
Yeah.
In a way,
yeah.
I think, like, because it's just like, rather than all of the plot
it's a lot more existentially upsetting, but it's not personal.
Yeah, because I feel like part of what made
sense.
season 1 so heavy is just like so much of the plot that we had to uncover was like the shit about Fee's mom and like things that were like really deeply personal, and that like because we were in the driver's seat with those 2 PCs that like it was really, really personally impactful. Whereas a lot of the stuff that we're having to just like grind through in season 2 is worldwide political machinations.
Like it is still very personal in a way, but not in the way that season 1 was. Yeah. Like the personal element of the plot in season 2 is not as important.
I haven't been emotionally exhausted after the end of an episode. Actually, no, that's a lie. Episode 2. Episode 2. That's a lie.
Yeah. When episode 2 comes out, you will all understand why Barry yelled at me for a week about it.
You will all hear Barry cry on mic.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad when I was doing it, is the thing.
So, literally, I was going back and listening to it the other day, because I don't know, I like to hurt myself. And I came to the conclusion that, like, because we're, like, over a month out from recording it at this point, I still fucking cried. I think it's just going to be one of those things that's going to make me cry every time I hear it.
I'm sorry. Listen.
I mean, you don't have to apologize, because, like, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked what you did with it, but, oh, man.
Thanks. I can acknowledge that it was good and still feel bad about it. Hyper empathy. I contain multitudes. Oh, jeez. But yeah.
Hi, buddy.
So far of the 7 we've recorded, I'm very excited about 2 coming out. And I'm very excited about 7 coming out.
If I manage to survive the editing process on 7.
Yeah, because so far the raw audio is, because we still have the wrap-up scene to record.
And our raw audio is at 2 hours and 8 minutes.
Yeah. That one just made me a long episode. A lot of that, a good percentage of that is going to get cut out because it was us fucking with our accents. But I'm just trying not to jinx us by saying that I think episode 7 will be an hour and a half long. Is the thing. I'm trying not to.
There's a lot to unpack in episode 7.
I'm trying not to jinx it though.
And while, yes, a good portion of it is me yelling, damn it, and you repeatedly going, turn to page 394.
That was not the accent that was fucking me up in that episode. The thing that I was repeating in that episode as the model for the accent.
I'm always watching Wazowski.
Yeah. I kept having to repeat lines from Barb from Monsters, Inc.
Roz,
yes.
Yeah.
I know her name, and I just word.
Yeah, Al has figured out that the best way for them to like switch accents, because that's been a huge challenge, just because like we're both bad at accents. We're both bad at accents.
I can barely talk in my accent.
Yeah, and we're both bad at them, and fucking everybody in season 2 has an accent. And so now so when we were in the first part of season 2, all of the NPCs had the same kind of accent. Yeah. So it was pretty easy to generalize that and kind of just like get in the mode of being able to shift over to that, because everybody was talking with the same accent. After episode 5, that stops being true in a very big way.
So I've been having to repeat movie lines that I'm basing the accents off of. So for one character, it is just me going, turn to page 394. And for a specific character in episode 7 that I had to do the accent of for about 10 minutes of recording, a lot of the actual recording time was us stopping so I could just repeat the words, always watching, Wazowski.
Yeah.
Always watching.
Which, like, that's not how I do my accent. I usually just, like, fuck it up and yell, damn it, and try it again. But, like, doing the switch has been really, really hard. Because in this episode, we had to switch between our normal speaking voices, a character voice for a certain person, New York accent, Irish accent, and Eastern European accent.
Yeah.
So
none of which are good. Don't expect much because neither of us is good at accents.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, like every day, I kind of wonder why we did this to ourselves. But honestly, I think it's because like at a certain point, we have so many fucking characters in the show, and like our voices can only do so much, so we have to give some people accents so you can tell who's talking.
Yeah.
And even like, you know, we've even been rebranding some of the character voices from other characters because I've described the big bad of season 2's character voice as Kalesa but evil.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only so many voices that like a human throat can produce. I think like people reuse character voices all the time.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite things about watching Dimension 20 is like I'll watch like a different season and I'll be like, oh, that's the Alistair Ash voice.
Yeah. Like there's only so many character voices that you can make with your throat. And so like, especially when we're not doing heavily accented ones, like the big bad of season 2, we have to do things like, oh yeah, it's the Kalesa character voice, so do that, but then make it evil. Kalesa voice, but she sounds like she'd call me a slur.
I don't know about that.
I'm kidding. It's a meme.
What I did with the character voice was I put it in the resonance of my Kalesa voice, which is like up here and really lilted.
Yeah.
So like this is the Kalesa character voice, and this is how it resonates. But the big bad of season 2 sounds a little bit more like this. She sucks and we hate her. You all know what I'm saying. She sucks and we hate her.
She sucks. Oh, jeez.
But yeah, like I know at the end of the day, like that's why we gave so many people accents is because we had to find a way, especially like once a bunch of these people are together, we've got to find a way to make them all sound different. So like a lot of the season 1, everybody in season 1 didn't have an accent other than
except
like the
Volduran NPCs.
Yeah, except the Voldurans who all sound like they're from New England. But
and all the people in Gimtara sound like they're from Boston because I couldn't do a fucking New York accent on the fly.
Yeah, but like
do a hell of a Boston.
I think we got a lot more like as far as voice work goes with the NPCs in season 1. You know, we got a lot more into actually like flexing our resonances and things because, like I said, you know, like Kalesa has a really specific resonance, and I know how to do her voice just on the fly. And Zed has a really specific resonance, you know.
And Zed has a very specific vocal posture.
Yeah, Zed talks out of the side of his mouth. Yeah.
But Kalesa has a very specific resonance, and it's up here. And then if you go any higher, it turns into
Verity. The way I do Verity is I pretend that I have just had like half of a helium balloon and a line of cocaine.
She's just like that. And I think my Zed voice and my Ravain voice are kind of in the same resonance, and it's mostly the vocal posture that differentiates it.
Well, and Ravain's diction is a lot different than Zed's.
Yeah.
Ravain kind of hyper-enunciates a little more than Zed does.
Yeah. Epic autism moments. Very much though, like the resonance is very to the front of the mouth, because if I go down here and I make it more deliberate, then it's my fake voice. But like the Zed voice is right here, you know what I'm saying? But it's got that very specific vocal posture talking out of the corner of his mouth. But then the Ravane voice is resonating in the same area, but it has the kind of deliberateness and hyper enunciation of my Fee voice. But then the Fee voice is that like hyper enunciation, but it's down here and it's a lot more cautious. You know what I mean? I need to get a drink. All right, we've got 5 minutes left. Actually, I'll just say.
Yeah.
But yeah, the accents have been interesting.
Yeah. Well, especially because like in episode 7, I was running most of the people most of the time that have the really heavy Irish accents.
Yeah.
And the issue that we get into there is we have, I think, as far as relevant NPCs go, 6. 7. 6.
6.
So yeah, we have to do Irish accents in 6 different character voices.
No, 7. I forgot.
7 different character voices. And we have to find a way to make all of them sound different.
Yeah. I forgot somebody. It's interesting. It's interesting. Well, no, 6 because one of them
is Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because one of them has an entirely different accent because he uses an AAC device. But oh man. It's going to be fun when we start doing campaign 2 and everyone is from the Southwest United States and has the same accent.
Yeah, well then we're just going to get back into, that thing where it's more about, like changing your vocal posture, changing your resonance, changing your embouchure and like how, a lot of the mechanics of how you speak versus like actually affecting an accent.
Yeah.
Because
it also helps that one of the PCs doesn't fucking sound like anybody else in the entire campaign.
Because my PC for campaign 2 uses the exact same character voice as Sid from campaign 1. Yeah.
Oh man. Not a flexible voice. Not a character voice that has wide usage.
Mm-mm.
Oh man. But yeah, the accent work has been interesting, and it's going to be very interesting when we have like 6 character voices in a scene.
Which thankfully, isn't going to be happening too much until we hit season 3. But we're just going to figure that. We're going to figure that out when we get there.
Yeah.
Because that was the hardest part about the episode we just recorded for me. It was like we had all these people with all these different accents that were all in one room and they were all talking to each other and we were just having to like flip on a dime.
Yep.
Yeah, that sucked. That was hard.
It's gonna be interesting having to switch between the Mia voice and
well, no, because you've done that accidentally a couple times where you've been trying to do the Irish accent and your Mia voice has come out.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Having to switch between the two is it might kill me. It'll be fine. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but that's... Season 2 production is happening.
It's very interesting so far.
It's been an entirely different experience to season 1. Like, in a really big way. I feel like we had less of a grip on where we were going with season 1 and, like, what we really wanted to do. We knew the broad direction of where we were going, but I feel like, like, plot-wise and game design-wise, we were floundering a little bit more.
Well, because we were experimenting more.
Because we were, we're experimenting with the whole new play style. Like, that's the whole, that's our whole shtick.
Half of season 1 was a lot of experimentation.
Yeah, but now it's just like we're getting into more technical complications, like things with the accents and,
well, because we're in the second act of the plot. Like, we're pretty locked into where things are going and what's happening.
Although, I don't know, that nat 20 you rolled yesterday. sure changed the outcome of some things.
You know, I think that's fine.
Leo didn't think it was fine. Leo's gotten 2 nat 20s rolled on him in combat this season, and both times they have sucked.
Oh, that nat 20.
That nat 20, yes.
You think that changed the course of things?
Changed the course of things for Leo.
Interesting. Okay. Fun.
Okay, but that's 30 minutes,
that's
you guys.
30 minutes.
We gotta go. I gotta go finish editing episode 6, and then start trying to trim down 7 so we can see how long or how so we can see how snappy we need to make our final scene later this week. So 2 hours and 8 minutes.
See you next week, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.